Okay, the Bible. Got a few ideas about the Bible, and what it is and what it isn't. First, I just want to just talk about briefly about the Bible. I worry that people put the Bible on a pedestal instead of Jesus, that they worship the Bible, that the Bible is their idol, that they take everything literally, that there's no room for questioning, that every passage means exactly what it says on face value, and that God can be explained basically through the Bible, and everything you need to know about God is in the Bible, and what He says about everything is in the Bible, and you take everything literally and fundamentally, and no room for mystery. Now, I have problems with this because the God I believe in is bigger than this. This is the Bible, right? And if you think that God is limited to that, and that's all that God is, then you've got problems. God is bigger than that. He's so much bigger than that. When God is bigger and greater and more powerful and more loving than we can even comprehend. Our brains aren't meant to be able to comprehend and understand God fully. If we can explain God fully, then we'd be equal with God, wouldn't we? We can't explain Him fully. There's always more to learn. There's always mystery. There's always room for questions and exploring and going deeper. No matter how much we've learned or experienced, there's always more to learn and experience and understand about God. There's always more to know about Him. There cannot be. We have to be able to ask the Bible questions, because then we find out new things about God. I think there are wrong ways to interpret Scripture, which don't fit with the character and nature of God. But there's more than one right one, I think. And sometimes we have to put also the passages in the cultural context in which they were written. In the social context. We have to understand them in that context and look at the basic principles that are being taught about. You can't just take it at face value, and some of it's metaphor and poetry. The creation story is very much poetry. So we have to be careful how we look at the Bible. We have to treat it with respect because it's important. The Bible is very, very important. It is. Definitely. It's God's story over history. It tells us about His character, about His nature, about what He's done, about who He is, and about His values, and about how He wants us to live, and what's going to happen in the future. And it's really important. No question about it. But it's not the point. Jesus is the point. The point is living a life like Jesus, following Jesus' example, and living it out practically in today's world, and seeing what that looks like, and exploring that, and living the life that God calls us to do, not just being stuck in a book. So that's my view on the Bible, but I see the Bible as a map that you take with you on a journey, that you don't, life is a journey, and we don't know where we're going. God knows, but we don't know. So, life is like, the Bible is like a map, and we're in the car, and we've got this map, and there's points in the journey where we're just going, and we know where we're going. We've got a direction, we've got a purpose. We know where the next point we're going to have to make a decision is, but we're just going forward, and we're enjoying the drive, and we don't have to concentrate too much. But we need to know where we're going, but we don't need to concentrate too much on what's ahead. We can savour what's going on around us, and that's when we can really bask in the presence of God, where we can enjoy the presence of God, where we can encounter God, where we can meet with God and go deeper with God, and just we're on fire for God, and we're just taking big steps of faith and meeting challenges and just on the go for God, and we've still got the map there, we've still got the Bible, it's with us, we still have a quick look, we still look at it, we still refer to it, we still go to it when we need to, just to make sure, to keep us on the right path, and we still pray, and we still listen to God, and we still reflect, all that kind of thing, but we're just going for God. And then there's other times when we run into a bit of a roadblock, or we don't know which direction to take, we've got to make a decision, or just things are difficult, and then we really do need to look at them, stop and just take time out, look at the map, and think about it, and reflect, and pray, and look and just and be encouraged again, and reminded again of who God is and what He's done, and about how people who've lived their lives around Him have navigated those situations, and how Jesus navigated those situations, and it gives us encouragement and inspiration, and it keeps us going. So the Bible is like a map. The Bible is like a map. It's not a handbook. Handbooks nobody ever looks at, really. Maps you need all the time with you on the journey if you don't know where you're going. You need them all the time. And to keep looking at them, you need to keep referring to them. Just to keep yourself going, to keep yourself on track. And that's what the Bible's like. We're all on a journey in this life, and we need a map, and without a map we're just going to get lost. So that's what the Bible is. And it's not the point. Jesus is the point. Living like Jesus is the point. Let's make sure that that's our priority. The Bible is useful to help us do that, but it's not the point. Okay? So there's my reflections on the Bible.